Hey my beautiful people, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I cannot wait to get out there and do this next project. It's my favourite project to do. So I am so excited. It's still early morning. I can't wait to get going. I can't wait to get going on this next job. I'm going to make, through the power of the internet and the power of YouTube, I'm going to make you all a gift. This is my favorite thing to make. This is my my number one thing to make. I love it. Yeah, we need that one next. Yeah, let's do this one. Wait to get in. Can't wait to get in. Can't wait to get in. Hold on. Are we there yet? Yes, we're there. I can't wait to get in here. I am going to make you all, via YouTube and the internet, I'm going to make you all a gift today. And this is my most favourite gift I like making. So I've cleared my phone. There's going to be loads and loads of little films all put together. But I shall do a comprehensive film. And come on, let's crack on. So we're going to have to take the security off the doors. Open the doors. We're going to have fresh air. We're going to have the doors open today. Yeah. I've even got my Scoutcrafter inspired leather apron today. I can't wait. We can't wait, can we, Charlie? We can't wait to start making. So the garage door is open. That means we're open for business. We're all ready. We've got, hold on, we've got, what have we done? We've killed it already. Hold on, let's come out of that. We've got an hour's worth of Wednesday music on the telly, and we've got it turned up fairly loud. And we're ready to go. Oh, adverts. We've got Wednesday, we've got an hour's worth of Wednesday on the channel. So that's going to keep us happy. We've got plenty of volume with the boombox. We've got plenty of volume on the boombox. So you want to know now, don't you? You want to know what we're going to do. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to make something for you out of these horseshoes. Yeah, step by step. That'd be a great beginning one. Right. So let's get going. The first tool we're going to line up ready to use is the old grindet. We use loads of these, don't we? You're tempted to use the cutting blade, but for what we're going to use it for, we'll probably end up grinding with it, and it's okay for cutting, but you tend to use a lot of these, so it's best just to keep this for cutting. If you're doing something like this, you might as well get hold of the grinding. It's a bit slower, it gets a bit hotter, but that doesn't matter. But you'll get longer use out of your grinding for this. You're tempted to use the cutting, but you'll soon go through a few cutting blades on this job. So just use a grinding one and just grind everything off. They last a lot longer. We'll hardly use any of this grinding today, whereas if we use a cutting, we'll probably go through a few cutting ones. So yeah, and the grindet. So we need a grindet today. So we're also going to use the welder today. Yeah, get yourselves an El Cheapo welder, 20 quid, 30 quid, second-hand welder. cheapest chips. Once you've got yourself a welder, okay, you can spend money afterwards. But get yourself a little cheap welder out the second-hand pages, out of Facebook, out of whatever. You'll have a friend for life. Once you've got a little cheap welder, and then you can buy other ones if you want to. But start off, if you haven't got a welder and you haven't done welding before, just watch what I do today. You'll have a friend for life. If you can get one that goes high and low, all the better. But just go and get you spend 30 quid, 40 quid. You can go and buy a new one if you want to buy a new one, but you know, just if you see one cheap somewhere in a car boot, in a market, in a whatever, just, you know, trust the bloke. If he says it works, it works. Just basically an on-off, maybe a high and low, an earth strap that you'll need, and a welding end. As long as it's got the welding end to it, you're good to go. You're good to go. So within your you'll have basically two positions. You can weld it straight on, that's bent, straight on like that. Hold your rod that way. You can hold your rod this way at that angle, and you can hold your rod that way. So you can put it in that way, or you can put it in this way. It makes no difference. It's just personal preference to whatever you're comfortable doing. But when you get a welding rod, this is the flux around it. Obviously I'm just using this to demonstrate, and then you'll get the end where it's just the rod itself, and all you do is you clip it in to wherever the most comfortable place. See the angle there? If you're more comfortable doing it that way, then do it that way. Whatever suits you, you know, whatever suits you, whatever makes it comfortable for you to hold. This one is it's used to using the bigger rods, so it's worn a bit. It's worn a bit to grip. I do that sometimes, just jam my hand under, hold it shut, and then weld away. We're just going to go through a bit of safety gear that you absolutely need when you're doing these sort of jobs. But once you've got them forever. Something you'll definitely need is gloves. Now, really, you should get some proper welding gauntlets. We've got plenty of, but I'm terrible. I buy brand new welding gauntlets. They protect you from the sparks and the burns, but I never use them. But in this particular, if this is your first, let's take this as a first project that you're going to make. You bought yourself a welder, and now you've got to get yourself some gloves. So make sure, don't buy these plastic gloves because you're holding hot metal. The plastic will melt. It melts on your skin, you get a burn. You only make a few of those mistakes and you don't make those mistakes again. So that's how useful I love them. They last a long time, but just pick up a pair out of work. You know, wherever you work, you're bound to see some gloves, but just or driver's gloves will do the same job. But you've got to make sure you've got the material that can handle the heat. Because today, you know, generally when you do a welding job, you weld it and then you cool it or do whatever, it's in one spot. Today we're going to have lots of little welds all over. So it'll be so easy to just grab a piece and oh yeah. And another thing you're definitely going to need is a mask. Now you don't really need a mask with a hat on it and go to the price of getting one of these ones that, you know, it's nice to have these ones that are battery and they straight away. But with welding, arc-eye, it's and you won't get arc-eye straight away. You'll get arc-eye in the middle of the night. So you'll weld something up, you'll go to sleep. We've all done it. You'll go to sleep and you'll wake up and your eyes, it'll be like somebody's been throwing sand in your eyes. awful experience. Okay, you've got to go and see the doctor, you've got to go to emergency, and they put this sort of yellow fluid in your eyes and it eases it. But yeah, you must wear eye protection. And if possible, face protection, because the welding can give you a sunburn. So you need to protect your face, and you get a mask. Any mask will do. Let me just look for something. And make your own mask, should you want to. I mean, you can go and see the man at work and ask him, has he got any old welding glass? Sunglasses won't do. It has to be glass that you cannot see through. Welding glass. Gas welding is no good. It's got to be arc welding for what we're doing today. And it's always best, if you buy them in a kit, you buy the two. Now you can see on this glass, you can see the sparks that come up when you're welding. So you put the clear glass in front and then you weld away, because sometimes you're really close to the piece of work. This protects the glass. So, and as you can see, the less you can see, the better. The light is so bright. The less you can see, it doesn't matter. You'd think ordinarily, as a piece of glass, you'd never see through that. But that'll work, that'll do the trick. It's a bit smoky, but... So that's the level of protection you need for your eyes. So always put a clear piece of glass in front of that. So if you just want to buy a glass, go and buy a glass and make your own mask, whatever you want. Very, very important. Protecting your eyes. Hey, look, £2.50, £2.50 replacement lens. Look, cheapest chips. You know, we're not talking serious money here. We're talking nicks. You must save your eyes. So, let's begin. Remember, we landed on this, didn't we? Wow, I think that's going to be one. We want 4 of them. 1, 2. I always like to have at least one big one if we've got it. If we've got an option. So in the perfect world, we've got a bucket full. So 1, 2. Number 3. Yeah, this will be number 3. And that'll be good enough for number 4. 4, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we need. That's all we need. So let's clean these up. Let's cut these nails out. Let's take these. What are they? Tangs? What are they? What is that? What would you call that? Let's make these just a flat bar now then. Yeah. Little tip before you begin: wear old clothes, because you will get burn marks. You will get splattered upon doing this little job. So, as always, when you come in the garage, don't wear your best gear, because the wife will shout at you. But yeah, don't wear anything that... The only way you wear your working clothes out here in the garage doing this job, because you're going to get burnt and maybe catch fire, maybe burn, you know. Even grinding, if the sparks happen to be going the wrong way. We have caught fire before in the garage here and ruined, well, one of my friends ruined a really good. He liked, you know, buying the best gear. He came and tinkered and we burnt a hole in one of his best shirts. So only wear your shed clothes in your shed. You've got the option, always keep the fire extinguisher close to you, so you know where it is. Well, at least know where it is. I tend to, that's powder, so it's pretty serious if you're using powder. Hold on. I tend to use this stuff. It doesn't make a mess, it just takes away the oxygen. Just good enough to stop little fires. If you see a bit of a fire going, bit of paper, bit of rag catch fire, just hit it with this and it's good enough. But that's run out at the moment. I need to find me another one. These are all ones that have come out of you know, out of date. When the fireman comes and rounds your offices, scrounge some old fire extinguishers off them, and as long as their gauge is in the green, they're good to go. They're good enough to save you in the garage, you know. Okay, might not be commercially correct, blah 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 blah, but if they've got green, that means they've got gas in them and they're better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? And you don't really want to be throwing buckets of water. If you're at the stage of hose pipe and buckets of water, you're past beyond. But you know, many a time a bit of rag glowing, or there's a smell and a bit of smoke. Oh shit, there's a fire. It happens a lot here. So, we're learning something together here. You know how tools have markings? I never thought for 1 minute that horseshoes might have markings. Look, she's got that on it. Willie would probably tell us what it's all about. Kings something, this one. 5. Now, I don't generally clean them up, but I thought, because this is my special gift to you via YouTube and the internet, I thought I might try and do a half-D number 4 there, try and clean them up a bit better. With Shamrock, of course, Irish horses. Is that a special shoe just for an Irish horse then, is it? Let's have a look. What's this one? Nothing on this one. I mean, if you choose to dig that out, you could do. I just hit it with a flap disc. This has got, and you could knock, if you want to, you can knock the nails out. I don't bother knocking the nails out. They'll probably, as we go along, it'll fall out. You can do as good a job as you want. You know, it's your choice, isn't it? This one's got that look on it. I never knew that horseshoes was marked, but I suppose it makes sense, because these all start as a straight bar. I mean, I missed him yesterday. To be honest, I was a bit sloppy. He was just out here doing it. I should have watched him from start to beginning making one, but I missed him. He was on his way off. He was on his way out as I caught him. Because, you know, it's difficult to know sometimes whether, you know, oh, here comes that moaning old git. But they're all really good with me, the horse people. They know. And as you saw my videos, I do keep an eye out for them. If I hear them going down the path or whatever over the years, I do keep an eye, because, well, it's our home, isn't it? We share it, live together. You know, that's their hobby. Let them do what they want, and this is my hobby. Let me do what I want. You know, it's all about living together and appreciating other people's passions, other people's hobbies. You know. Okay, I'm not a push bikeist, but, you know, I wouldn't run one over. Well, not deliberately anyway. But I'm a motorcyclist, aren't I? And I'm a shed man. So, you know, I appreciate, and we like vehicles, so we appreciate everybody else's vehicles and hobbies. So anyway, let's crack on. Okay, just for you. I knew you saw it. Just for you, I'll clean up the edge. If it did bother you that you wanted to clean, it's only what the horse has stood on. There's only grime and filth in there, you know, just scrape it out. We can use the Scoutcrafter recommended spiky thing, and you can pick all this out if you want to. I've never been that way because it's only going to go on the floor, but I mean, if you wanted to make these into something nice that you'd see, you just, it's whatever the horse has stood on. So it's been there a long time, hasn't it? There's a hole there. Look, you can work it out, can't you? You can just fiddle it and mess with it and clean it. I hit it with the wire brush and it just wouldn't get in there. So that's where, you know, that's where it's convenient and nice to hold. And it's quite a nice spiky thing. You can get it. There's another one there, look. What there? It looks like there's another one there, look. Wow. You can discover all sorts when you go digging, can't you? But it's only what the horse has stood on, and it's been there a long time. So yeah, and all of these have got these, haven't they? All these horse things have got these. So you can be as fine or as not fine as you want. Generally I don't bother, but I'm trying to do a good job, seeing this will be my virtual YouTube gift to you. We're nearly ready to begin. Now I always like the bigger one on the back end. If you've got a choice and you happen to have a big one, I like the bigger one on the back end. So we're going to weld them two together there. I always like to use a nice concrete floor. Nothing won't catch fire then, will it? No. So let's see if the let's see what this sees now then. Let's turn that down in case we get an infringement strike thing on it. Right, okay. Let's just put it there. You might see something. You might just see my ugly bald head. I don't know what you'll see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Put you there. Come on. No. Doesn't want to play today, does it? There we are. That's better. Let's have a look. There we are. Right. Now don't knock anything. Don't move. No, that's messed it up. That's messed it up a bit, hasn't it? Look, that's all you need to know. Come on. Don't start on me today. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's put this there. Right, so that reminds me, I've got to do a film about that. Get rid of that. You want to get rid of that. There we are. Right, okay. Right, now stay there. You might just see my baldy head. Right, now don't move, okay? Right, it's simple. Now I've cleaned my mask. So, what I was going to say though was, shop paper is okay. There's nothing wrong with having shop paper, but I'm not particularly, I have it and I use it, but I'm not particularly keen on it, because when you just throw it around, it's okay if you put it straight in the bin, which is somewhere safe, but if you just put it on your bench and whatever, like I do, it ends up trying to catch fire all the time. So I'd rather a rag, to be honest, but I've got it, so I use it. You haven't moved, have you? No. Right. Go on then. Do a bit. You must always protect your face. Always protect your face. Oh, and put a glove on. Don't worry. I'm advising you to put a glove on, but you will advise yourself to put a glove on. You only have to burn your hands a few times. You'll learn to put a glove on. So let's do this then. It only has to be roughly sort of straight. You don't even have to look at it, you just have to tag it first. Once you've got a tag on, you're away. Once you've got a tag, you're on your way. That's about straight, yeah. That's about straight. Right, you can feel your way in. It doesn't arc straight away, look. You can just tap it and feel for it. Then you see where you go. Where are we? There, feel for it. Feel for the tip. And just bang away until you get a spark. Then you know where you're at. And work your way in. So we've got a connection now, haven't we? So it's going to arc much easier here now. And it is basically as simple as that. As simple as that. It's just by electric glue almost. Just like we'll mess with it a bit later, but it's just like electric glue. Get yourself a cheap welder and you'll have a friend forever. So now we're going to, don't touch it, still hot. Put your glove on. You stupid idiots. Stupid idiots. Nice concrete floor, makes it flat, look. This has got a bit of a twist on the end there. No big deal. Okay, we haven't got an anvil, but do you remember we bought this last week, didn't we? So this is what's a bit flatter. We're on a fairly flat area. We can just use this now to bash it to whatever shape we want. Brilliant. So although it's steel, it's not that that's not that bad to bash about to get it to whatever shape you want. That end was curled up a touch, wasn't it? So we've just made it lie flat on the ground. So we need this to lie flat on the ground. So let's just weld that up now. So, have you figured out what it's got to be yet? Now we're going to hit the stores. Now we're going to hit the stores. Now we need a shaft, a bolt, a long bolt along, something to go across there. We need something around there. It doesn't really matter if it's rusty as old Billy-O. It doesn't matter. As long as it's long enough to go across there now. So this is where the bucket of scrap comes in. I just want something to go across there. Do I want to be bothered to cut that and make it fit? It's a bit big, really. Yeah, what about this? Oh, yeah, that's okay, but it's a bit thin, and my welding will probably cut it rather than weld it, so a bit thicker than that we want. Anything will do, more or less. Now this will do. Yeah, bit of all thread. Bit of all thread's just right for there, so we're going to weld a bit of all thread about there. Cut that off. Tack this all thread on. Yeah. Do you know, have you figured out what it is yet? Have you figured out what it is yet? So, for the sake of looking professional, I thought I'd put it in the vise. Put my shaft across there, clamp it in here. I'm going to touch it with the welder there. Clamp it and touch it with the welder there. And weld that across there. We've got a bit of excess, but we can always cut and mess with that later. Something you can mess with later. Have you figured out where it is yet? Well, I'm going in for my porridge. We're only one move away from it being what it's going to be. What is it? What is it? What is it? Here's my porridge, my cup of tea and porridge for my breakfast. You can talk amongst yourselves and figure out what it's going to be. What is my virtual internet YouTube gift from me to you? What is it going to be? Well, that didn't end up being as straight as I'd sort of wanted it. It's there now, so we're going to have to live with it. And anyway, you won't see it. Right, last move. You don't have to be any good. You know, and that's the thing of making it and messing with it and finding faults in it. Look, we need to do that again because that's cracked open. Yeah, let's do that again. Do you see what I mean about shop paper? Do you see what I mean about bloody paper on the bench? Oh, woo! Nearly. I don't like paper. It's handy and useful, but paper on the bench, no good. So, welcome to Reggie's testing department. Before we release it onto the world, let's test it. Let's just test it. Sounds a bit loose, doesn't it? Something still making a noise, but you can go around and check it. And hold on, we've got one more final test before I reveal it to the world. Yeah, let's give it one more test. Okay, may I present to you my gift via the internet and via YouTube. My gift to you. Do you know what it is yet? Have you figured out what it is yet? Come on, let's sit here. Let's sit here a minute. Here we are. There we are. Oh, it is. Dun, 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 a boot puller. You stand on this side. Look, you stand on this bit, and then you put your shoe in this bit, and it pulls your boot off. Pulls your work boots off. Blimey. Do you like that? You know, you can paint it, you can re-weld the back of it, because it's pretty strong stuff. You're not burning holes. See, really, we should really weld that in the back as well. Weld that. Simple, isn't it? Hey, simple, lovely. And a gift made by hand is see, that goes on the floor. It's still hot. I didn't put it on my knee. It's still hot. But it goes on the floor. You stand on this back end to stabilize it. That's why I wanted the bigger one on the back. And stick the heel of your shoe in there, pulls your boots off. Yeah. So this is my gift to you. Special handmade. So get yourself a welder. Start messing. The whole world of invention begins at home with a welder. You can make, and a bit of steel, bit of scrap steel that you pick up out the bins, you know, otherwise you would throw it away or give it away. You can make whatever the hell you want when you've got a bit of steel and a welder, and of course lots of imagination and enthusiasm. So here we are. This is my YouTube gift to all of you. Go off and make one and paint it. Oh, okay, you should really paint that black with Hammerite, but paint it whatever colour you want. You know, if you're on the turn, you can paint it pink, can't you? But whatever colour you want to paint it, you can do. It's yours. It's yours to make. So, and if you do make one, make me a film, will you? Send a film along. Let me see how you make it. How you go and find a farrier. Go and speak nice to him. Excuse me, mate. You haven't got any old horseshoes? And it can be any size you want it to be. But generally the formula is 3 of them, and then put one up at an angle in whatever form, however lifts it, whatever makes it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I've thoroughly enjoyed making it.